I don't like this setup. Hello, people. I don't like this setup. So I'm going to try and change this setup. I just saw myself go live and I'm like, I don't really like this. So give me a second whilst I make do. Here we go. There we go. I kind of think that's a little better. Maybe not. Sorry, guys. Yes, thank you, Paula. Can you guys hear me okay? And how is the I'm using a different webcam, so how is the visual? How do I look? Am I looking sharp? Because I want to, the frequencies are sharp. I want this to look sharp. So let me know in the comments. And yes, there was traffic, so apologies for being a little late. But if you're here and you're watching the replay as well, welcome. Lorraine, amazing. Sophia, amazing. Paula, amazing. And okay, let's just have a look. Thank you. Yes, hey man. Yeah, Ollie, Molly, amazing. Ollie and Molly, awesome. Steffi, hey, awesome. Looking sharp. That's great. I like that. I like it. I'm just going to my channel and I want to see what it looks like. Oh, ooh, got a little live button. That's pretty cool. Hopefully this doesn't ruin the connection, but let's just have a look. Oh yeah, that camera's not too bad. My webcam. Sweet. Hey man, how you doing? All right, cool. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, great. Okay. Awesome. The reason why, just so you understand, the reason why I do that is because on my side it's kind of pixelated. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, welcome to the frequency stream. My name is James McDonald, and I am a frequency healer, a frequency catalyst, a frequency engineer. There are many labels that I could put on me, but first and foremost, I am human. And that's what this is all about. This is what frequency healing is all about. It's all about just being human, baby. And it's about, coming back to your natural state, which is a brilliant being. Okay, it's a process, and we can move through it quite quickly as well, because we're not. This isn't like traditional psychology, okay? And if you've been around the shop, right? If you've been around my channel and you've experienced what you've experienced with me, a lot of you have. It's not a psychological thing. You'll hear me say we're shifting dimensions of self, and that is the key. Your dimension of self. And I have no idea that now I'm seeing that there is 0 people on this live. I don't know why, but we'll just keep rolling with it anyway. So hopefully that's just a tech issue on my side and it's all good. But so basically the dimension of self precedes, say, your quantum self, which precedes your Newtonian self, which is your physical self, right? Your physical density of who you are. Okay, believe it or not, we're like nothing, projecting ourselves here, into the physicalness of this world. Okay, so most people, when they're looking to transform their life, not like all people, but a lot of people, we're looking to shift our mindset, right? You see it in traditional psychology, traditional, say, business mindset workshops and all those sorts of things. And even with like other forms of energy healing, I'm not like trying to bag on other, say energy healing sort of work, but from my experience, some people, they don't really know what they're doing. Okay, and look, I was in that boat previously. I've been in this industry for 10 years. Okay, but some people, they really don't know what the fuck they're doing, and it's scary because they, it's people's lives that they're dealing with, right? But so why this is different is that all I'm helping you do is access the toolbook, the handbook that's already alive in you. Okay, it's not like, oh, it's James's handbook that he's giving me. No, it's I am helping you access your own handbook to life, right? Because that handbook, it hasn't gone anywhere, all right? It's accessible in you. I had to refresh. James is here now if you don't see him. Okay, amazing. So that happened on the last stream as well. So this is something that I've got to look into. So thank you, Paula, for the commentary, because it really does help. So what? Yeah, Paula, what happened? So I just kind of like froze. Is that what happened? It's all been fine on my end. Okay, cool. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Thank you for the likes as well. It goes a long way. But so I'll just continue on with it, and I'll have to deal with this. I'll have to try and reconfigure something for the next one. Me too. So it's all been fine on your side as well, Lorraine? Is that right? Okay. I'm assuming that's a yes. So the difference with this is that we're shifting your dimension of self. So you're really cleaning up your genetic makeup at a very deep level, like really deep level. Okay. And it is a process. And that's what this stream is about. So I might as well just help you experience it. So just if everyone could just take a breath in and just noticing where you are. And we'll kind of get into it, but I want to explain a little more. It just feels like I kind of got to get this out because again, potentially people listening to the replay as well. But this is I help you open up possibilities that are already available to you. Okay, but you may not have just seen them. And then as those possibilities open up, so if everyone again just wants to take that breath in and just noticing their spine, I shine that light on you, and then, the mist, wafts off, the lights turn on in your room, and you go, oh, that, like, wow, like, I'm here. I mean, my house is really dirty. Damn, I didn't realize that. Shit. And then you look over there and you go, oh, but that home or that building is really clean. It's really nice. Or it's got a nicer sofa. Or like the appliances work, The stove is really nice. It's like pristine. And so you go, well, why should I stay here in this environment that's not beneficial for me? Why not just move over to a better building? Yeah, a better environment. Okay. So at the crux of it all, that is all I help you do. Okay. And individuals that have had sessions with me, you would have experienced a variety of things. Some people experience an incredibly deep release. Some people feel love. Some people feel fear come up, anxiety, right? Because that anxiety has been living in you forever, basically, and it's just coming out, right? Like a cleanse. So when you get into this, guys, please be mindful that this isn't a feel-good method, even though you may feel good. Yeah, for some people that are very new to this, you might feel the opposite. Okay, it's just the reality of it. You may feel a little, I've had clients that have jumped into a session or like a workshop, and nearly immediately, they've had to like sit down and like go, holy shit, like I need to like sit down. Okay. And the reason being why this individual had to like sit down was because she was feeling really wobbly. Okay. She was doing a standing meditation and she got like really wobbly. And the reason why she got really wobbly was because she's always been really wobbly. She's always been unstable and moving in and out of realities. So going through a session of mine, it just came out, right? She was able to see how unstable she really was. Okay. And she was conscious enough and intelligent enough to go, damn, like this is powerful. Can you, like, what was that about? She had to kind of walk out and we had a huge chat about it afterwards. Okay. So just be mindful of that. This isn't like hey, let's meditate and feel calm. It's like, yeah, a lot of people experience that as well. Uh, but you may also have other emotions that come up as a cleansing experience, or say a cleansing, say, symptom, just like a nutritional cleanse, if you've ever done a nutritional fast before or cleanse. So, yeah, something's really happening with people dropping off in and off. But anyway, that's all right. We'll figure it out. So, let's just get into it. So, just noticing where you are, and if you meditate a lot, maybe maybe try a different position. Maybe sit in a different part of the room, or do a standing meditation, or do a sitting meditation, uh, and maybe change things up a little bit, just to kind of create a new slate for you. So, and you might hear cars in the background, but that's all right. So just noticing where you are, looking around you, looking around the room. And whenever you're ready, after you've noticed yourself or noticed the room, closing down your eyes or leaving them open, it's up to you. As I help you generate those frequencies that live deep within you. All you need to do is notice your breath, inhaling through the nose, holding that breath, and exhaling throughout the mouth. Remembering the environment that you're in as best as you can. Noticing where the walls are around you, if you're inside, the carpet, the timber, the floor, other objects that are around you. And then noticing any sounds on my side, on your side. Not sure if this mic can pick up, the sounds on my side, but there's a siren. Sounds of cars. The wind. Noticing what you can hear. And notice how the mechanics of, say, mindfulness are relatively the same to things out there, but you're feeling different. Again, it's those frequencies, that presence, that I'm helping you generate, like a tuning fork or a presence, a mirror. All you need to do is notice your breath through your nose, inhaling, nice and gently, holding that breath for a second or two, and then exhaling throughout your mouth longer than the inhale. As you notice what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can touch, the temperature of the room on your skin. And for those that are familiar with the pedestal, notice that pedestal, or for those that aren't familiar, notice what's supporting you. It could be the chair, the floor, whatever is supporting you, whether you're sitting, standing, or lying down. And then asking yourself this question: how can I connect to my purest source even stronger? How can I connect to my purest potential even more? As you notice what is supporting you. Noticing your toes. Noticing the base of your feet. Allowing yourself to really be here as you notice your ankles, bone structure, your kneecaps, bone again. And then noticing your hips, hip joint. And noticing those three joints, your ankles, knees, hips. It's kind of like two, I'll say three. So two major, say, groups that are forming. Then there's a third group, but I'll work on, say, all of you. You may even feel me. Again, for those that are new, you might feel me like working on you. As I just say, duplicate myself, because it is like a small group as well. I can like duplicate, say myself, to say support you and where you're at. So everyone just taking a breath in. There we go. Noticing your spine. Each vertebrae of your spine. Nice. Awesome. Really good job, guys. And this is where you don't need to tell me anything. I mean, that does help, right? Obviously, getting into like the details of things as well. But you don't need to, say, hey, like XYZ. Because at a deeper level, it's just there, right? It's like reading a book. It's like, oh, that's what it says. Or it's like, the wall is red or the wall is blue. It's just there, right? For me. So, but you guys this group's pretty fast, quick learners. So just taking a breath in. And again, it's nothing mental as well, guys. It isn't like and this is where some people can get a little confused. And it's a good thing, right? You move through that phase of confusion, and you might go through it multiple times, even though your life is transformed and it continues to transform. The mind can kind of get in the way, because if you think about human consciousness, well, shit, a lot of it has been a mental game. A lot of society and a lot of humanity over the years, we have again very much favored the mind, or favored thought, and even intuition as well. You could even say intuition and emotions, right? But if you're not calibrated right, your thoughts, your mindset, your mental state, in your intuition, it can just be off. Okay, we'll just say it how it is. It can be pretty fucked up. Let's just put it that way. Okay, it can be even love, and I know it sounds kind of wild, kind of crazy, but even love, the emotion of love, if it's just look at where it may have led you in the past, okay, or even anger. you know, have those emotions, say, amplified you or benefited you? Because if those emotions haven't, say, led to something beneficial for you, like just, brass tacks, what's the end result, then perhaps they're not calibrated right. So let's just work on that as a group. So just taking a lovely breath in, noticing the back of your neck, helping you to, say, recalibrate your emotions. You might have memories show up. Again, noticing the back of your neck. Noticing your breath. Yeah, noticing your breath, inhaling through the nose, perhaps counting to 4 as a guide. Just a guide. Holding that breath for a second or two and exhaling for 5 through the mouth. And how it works is for your emotions to, say, calibrate correctly, they have to recalibrate, right? So what that means is that all the bullshit that is in between where your emotions are now and your pure emotions has to leave, right? For some of you that more along the way or like quite advanced, you're right, you've cleaned up a lot. Your emotions, are purifying, right? Even more, yeah. This is where, say, your intuition is really potent. Your abilities, right, really ramping up, and your like creation mechanisms, right? If you want to call it manifestation skills or materialization abilities, really on point, and really say, yeah. So again, just working on that as well. But for the individuals that are kind of new or early days, so it's like again, just like a cleanse, right? If you've ever done the first time you ever do like a nutritional cleanse, you don't feel very good initially. Okay? And the reason why that is is because your body is releasing all of these toxins. If you do it the right way, your body releases toxins, uh, you know, um, and into the bloodstream or whatever it might be. You've got to pee it out, you've got to sweat it out, all those things. Yeah. So you feel kind of crap initially, and then all of a sudden, after a week or two, because all that junk has left you, you feel really clean, you feel pristine, you have mental clarity, you sleep better, right? You feel rested when you wake up. So that is literally the same here. Okay, at a very, at the deepest level you could probably get to, right? Recoding and repositioning what makes you you. Okay, human consciousness, society, the history of mankind that's in you, that's in your DNA. It's a lot of fucking stuff. We'll just say it, right? It's a lot of bullshit that has happened that's a part of all of us. Okay, that it's our job to clean up. Okay, so some of you, it just feels like you're feeling that, or you may feel that. So just taking another breath in, noticing your spine. And again, just noticing what you're experiencing. No judgment. Just is what it is. Just notice it. And asking that question again, how can I connect to my purest potential even more? How can I connect to my purest source even more? Allowing that question to bathe you as you note your spine, your shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands, all the way back up to your collarbone. And those individuals that have been around the block, right? You've been immersing yourself in frequency healing for quite some time, really owning it. You're you're reaping the rewards, right? Reaping the rewards of your labor, of your harvest, right? So a really good job for those individuals, right? For some of you, again, that may that are, say, getting into the frequencies. For some of you, you're moving through quite a big transition. From what I'm seeing, you might have say lived out a specific version of you and really got the most out of it, and now it's like, hey, well, we learned a lot from that. We healed a lot of who we are through that same modality, that passion project, or that career, whatever it is, that version of who you are. And now it's like, oh, well, let's embrace a new version, of myself, a new simulation of who I am from that purity. Okay, so quite a wide range of individuals on this call. Noticing your breath. Noticing your sternum. Noticing, say, in between your eyebrows, if you want to call it your third eye, your brain, pineal gland. Noticing where you may be drawn to in your body. And taking that breath in, noticing what you can hear around you. Noticing what you can smell, taste, touch. Clothes on your skin, temperature of the room. And for those individuals that can stay here, I highly recommend it. Just bathing in this space. Again, just chilling out, not jumping into something else straight away. Noticing what you notice. And for those that are in Sydney, this Sunday I've actually got a market stall down in Maroubra Beach. So I'm going to be doing some sessions, like market sessions, in my little tent and a little, whatever you call it, gazebo. So if you want to have a fun day with beautiful food, hopefully the weather's good. The weather will be good. And if you want to jump into a session or just come hang out, say hello, I'll be down there. It's all day this Sunday, 9 to 3. And I also released I've got an online program, okay? So if you are curious, many of you already know about it, but again, dates have been released. We kick off September the 11th. So that's in a couple of weeks. But details can be found on my website that you can read into and look into in your own time. And if anyone has any questions or if they would like a scan, happy to answer some questions briefly as well. And again, with scans and asking like questions, this is a public forum. Okay, so whatever I tap into, it's going to be in a public forum. So if you don't want things to be public, then I wouldn't ask for a scan. Okay? Yeah. Because again, you don't need to really tell me anything, and I can just kind of see, things that are going on at a frequency level. But yeah. So if you want that, just comment in the chat, and we'll go from there. And just pencil in as well. Pencil in Wednesday, 9 p.m. Just put it in the calendar, put it in the diary, because even doing this once a week, it'll, if you're consistent with it, yeah, you'll start noticing those differences over time. But the online program, if you feel drawn to do it, I'd really do it. It's really good. Ollie, when you say in, what do you mean? I'm not too sure. Paula would love a scan. Yep. Yeah, Paula. For you, sweetheart, you're like yeah. So like, no offense. I've known you for a while. But no offense, but you've never truly like known who you are. Okay. At a deep level. So now what's happening for you is like you're really seeing that. It's like you're accepting. You're going through a phase where you're like, oh wow, like fuck, I really don't know who I am. So I congratulate you, right? Because it's really exciting. Yeah, it's like you're accepting what has been an undercurrent for you for pretty much your entire life. So what you're experiencing now, and if you just want to take a breath in, Paula, sweetie, just notice your spine. And that's why you feel like so alone, uh, no matter what you do. Okay, in the past, you could like kind of cover it up, if that makes sense. You know, you could hang out with friends, you could do this, you could do that. But now, especially with the time that we're in, you can't run away anymore. So, like this stuff, right? Those filters, they just have to, like, yeah. So, just taking a breath. Does that make sense, Paula? Um, just, yeah, comment in. Let me know if that makes sense. Yeah, sweet. So now it's like, oh, okay, well, shit, fuck, I don't really know who I am. So try and just enjoy this phase. If you can, um, you know, uh, maybe further down the track, like book a session, but just keep tuning into the Wednesdays. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because you don't need to figure it out. Okay. And what's really cool for you as well is like you kind of know, like at a very deep level, like you're very intellectual, like you're very intelligent. So that deeper part of you is like, hey, I know you don't know we don't know who we are, but it's okay. Yeah. So, uh, so just again, just another breath in. And again, noticing your spine. So now, basically, what I'm helping you do is it's like, hey, like it's cool. Let's just turn on a beacon within you so that you can start gravitating towards those things of self-discovery. Okay. But again, it's not a mental thing. I just want to point that out. It's not like you need it. And those things that you've used in the past, they're just not going to work. Okay. Like it's just not going to work. And I'm saying this because I've been there. You know, things were falling apart, and I was like, "Fuck!" You know, I was just like scrambling, and those tools to say help you find stability, they're just not going to work for you anymore. Okay, because you're literally like getting cornered to stabilize. Okay, so just take it easy, be gentle on yourself. Okay, just really like it's a really amazing opportunity for you. Okay, so just take it easy. Okay, sweetie. Yeah, take it easy. Alrighty, so we'll go to Ollie. Yep, perfect. So Ollie, yeah, you're kind of like similar in a way. Uh, you know, you've been living a life, and yeah, kind of similar. So because you're very intellectual as well, dude. Like really intellectual, incredibly smart, right? You see the world very deeply, right? Really deeply, and you see the underlying code behind life as well. Okay, like you see it, you know it, but then you're like, well, fuck, how do I tap into it? Because I see it everywhere, you know. And so I'm just kind of helping you do that now. And I know time is a challenge for you with work, but you would like just thrive in the program, the online program. You totally thrive because that it's like the how to, right? It's literally the how to for you because you see it. It's just like, well, fuck, how do I do it? So going through the program, you'd actually like really, you just get it really quickly. So just taking a breath in, man. Again, just noticing your spine, noticing like behind your neck. So just notice that you know it as well, if that makes sense. And try not to like beat yourself up about it, you know? Um, you know, just be mindful of like that internal bully. Yeah. So, but yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, sweet. Yep, cool. Just notice your shoulders as well, like the points in your shoulders. Um, yeah. So notice like the 2 points, or like, and everyone could do this as well, right? This will be really helpful for everyone. So like notice like like a point at the front of your shoulder, and then a point behind your shoulder. That would create like a rectangle, like a thin rectangle. And then notice a point, say at the base of your spine. Okay, like kind of where like your pelvis is almost, like your sacrum. Sorry, your pelvic floor almost. So notice a point there. And then once you've noticed that point, notice all of those points kind of like connecting, right? So the 4 points on your shoulder, and then the 4 points connecting with, say, that point uh, in your uh, your base, basically. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So just noticing those 4 points. There we go. Yeah. So yeah. So just again, just keep tapping into these sessions, Ollie, and you'll yeah, it'll help. Um, yeah, nice. And if you can, even listening to the replays, I think even you might not be there live, but even listening to the replays on the program, I think would be really good for you. But again, it's totally up to you. It's all good. Okay, Lorraine, curious about the science behind frequency work. Yeah, really good question. Yeah, so the science behind it's basically it's how do I put it? So this like yeah, all right, let's get into it. Good question. So we okay. So this is basically the matrix. Okay, so like this physical reality, it's basically the matrix, right? If you've ever seen the Matrix movie, it's literally a simulation, right? Or sorry, it's like a reflection, or say a projection of say our timeless selves and our timeless beings, right? And we collectively, cumulatively, we as say co-create, say, this fabric of time. Yeah. So and the cool thing is, because we're brilliant beings, yeah. So humans, we're super advanced. Yeah, we might have fucked up the planet a little bit, a lot, and ourselves a lot, but we're super advanced. And the reason why we're advanced is because we've created density. Okay, there's a lot of, say, other frequencies out there that some people would call them aliens, some people would call them angels or demons or spirits. To me, they're more just, I mean, you could label them as that, but they're more just like frequencies, or even entities, if you want to use that word, or like a consciousness. But those frequencies, even though some might be very high frequencies, they haven't, say, created density here. So humans, we created density. Okay, so and how do I know this? You might be asking. So, well, fuck, how does this guy with the orange glasses know this? It's like, well, I read it. No, I was going to say I read it in a book. No, it's universal knowledge. Okay, so this knowledge is it's accessible to everyone. I've dived into extremely deep states of meditation, working with a teacher of mine, and I really committed to myself, throughout that process. And as a result of that, I started tapping into this knowledge. Yeah, I started tapping into, again, this code and this knowledge base. So, and now I don't know everything, obviously, but I know a lot of shit. I know a lot of stuff when it comes to, say, consciousness and, say, the behind the scenes mechanics on what makes up, or say the why behind people's lives, right? The why behind why people experience things. Okay. So, and my abilities are continuously evolving, right? Just like working out in the gym or whatever it is, the more I evolve, the more, say, my abilities evolve. So coming back to the question on the science of frequency healing, of frequency work, all I am doing is I come into, say, an incredibly defined version of who I am, and then by osmosis, my light shines, right? So I'm like, super shiny, and I just shine, and then it bathes you, and then you organically, you look at me and at a deeper level and go, oh, well, that's how he's doing it. Okay, well, and then you look back at yourself and you go, okay, cool, well, I need to let go of this, this, and that, and then this opens up for you, and then you shift dimensionally over the course of time. Okay, hence why the program's really powerful, and private sessions are really powerful. And then even these sessions are powerful. Again, you want to be doing them weekly to really get the most benefit out of it. But again, just follow what you're drawn to. That's kind of what I would suggest. But that is how it works, right? I just shine a light, and then you see yourself, and you see where you're in lack. You see where you might be off kilter in time and space, and your default settings that I help awaken within you. If you want to call them healing abilities, as in your healing, not my healing, but your healing abilities, you wake them up, and those default settings go, well, fuck, like I'm better over here dimensionally. So let's just move over there, right? Some people it takes longer than others. Yeah, because it could be a fear thing, could be a controlling thing. It could be, for some individuals, they're super attached to their identity, right? Their physical form, and it's not about like letting go of physical things, but for some it may be that, right? But for those individuals that are like really, say, tight with their current identity, that might not be ideal for them. It can take a little longer, okay, for you to like shift. So does that kind of make sense, Lorraine? Yeah. So it's like, yeah. Does that make sense? Let me know. It's kind of like I think what's his name? Emoto, the Japanese guy that did the study on water. Um, um, yeah, it's like, instead of it being like words changing the ice particles, it's like your frequencies that you're generating in that. Anyway, this is a really deep topic. Like this is pretty advanced stuff. So, but it's the frequencies that you're generating out of the dimension that you're operating from, right? So it's like if you're in a specific dimension of self that has, like, say, abuse, you generate a frequency of abuse from that dimension, and then you just create abuse in your life. And you could be a billionaire, you could be a millionaire, you could be super healthy, but you abuse yourself through the health. Yeah. Or you could be really poor and you abuse yourself, right? Doesn't really matter what the thing is. It's just the consciousness, or say the dimension that you're operating out of. So, Bhavna, yes, I would like a quick scan. Yep, all good. Yeah, you are like, looks like looks like you got like a bug or something. Um, but you're like, let's put it this way: you are. I don't know if you're like sick, like gut sick, like are you like throw uppy sick. I don't know. Anyway, I kind of get that feeling. I don't know if that's. But basically, yeah. So there's like deeper parts of you that you're like really disgusted with. So like, it's like you're purging, if that makes sense. It's like, and it's not like yours because again, you've cleaned up a ton. It's like this is like society's patterns now. It's like you're cleaning up women's patterns. You know, it's like the disgust that women have gone through to like survive. You know, like selling their bodies, you know, selling themselves, you know, for sex and for, you know, all that bullshit and that horrible stuff that women have gone through. You know, it's like, you know, you're cleaning that up. So I did want to throw up before. Yeah, I just let it out, you know. So again, really cleaning up at a super deep level, which is amazing. Yeah, awesome, super cool. Really, really well done. Yeah. I was curious about the comment you said in the meditation about asking about connecting to source. Yes. So that question, and you could say it in multiple ways, but it's connecting to your potential, your truth, your true potential. Yeah, or that your timeless truth, that essence of who you are that is limitless. Okay, that it's an omnipotent, say, you, that your deeper intelligence is an omnipotent, it's an omnipotent you, okay, that sees your life, that knows the best, you know, the most efficient way to clean up and to go from A to Z, right? To bring forth the brilliance that you are in this physical density. Okay. So by asking that question, it's open, right? So it's an open-ended question. And the even more is really key, right? How can I connect to my purest potential even more? Right? That even more presupposes that you already are connected, which you are. Okay, if you weren't connected, you'd be dead. Simple as that. You wouldn't have a physical form here. You would be dead, right? So you're always connected until you cross over, you know, and you go back to source, or it's at least just that, you know, not going back. You're already source, but you say goodbye to your physical form, right? And you just you say, you know, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? You go back to source, right? Hopefully that makes sense. But again, it's that reflection of that brilliance here by asking that question, right? Because again, and it's presupposing that you are already connected, and which you are. James, why would I have trouble or think I have trouble with the XI visuals, like the pedestal or checkerboard floor, or guided places in guided medis? Good question. Perhaps it's because you're unsure of who you are, right? If you have trouble with those visuals, right? Um, I mean, to me, if you have trouble like with your mind just creating a visual of the pedestal, well, it's because you're lost, right? So, hence why the visuals are lost. Yeah. So, and just notice it as well. So, oh, wow, I ain't seeing any visuals. You know, I'm not formulating anything. So don't make yourself wrong or anything. Just notice it. So, oh, okay. Well, I wonder when they're going to show up. And also, and even as I say that, it's like the visuals are also there as well. It's like you just can't see them yet, or you just kind of like can't see them. But if you keep trying, you'll be able to, like, you know, it'll come up, you know. Because from what I'm seeing, it's like there's this, and just briefly, right? This is, you know, just a general kind of scan. It's like you see through like a lost filter. So then the visual, it's like, oh, you're lost. And then the visual's like behind the lost filter. So if you keep looking, or if you're like, oh, I wonder if I can, you know, next time you could like, oh, okay, but what's behind the lost filter? You could ask yourself that. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I see nothing. I wonder what's beyond the lost filter. And, or like, well, I wonder what's beyond here, what's really here. Then you could see what comes up. Does that make sense? Sweet. Awesome. Thanks, James. This makes sense. Women make me feel sick right now. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty, once you like get into the, once you really are at that level, you really see things that just aren't very nice. You know, that pretty much the whole world is operating from. So even like, yeah, even like breastfeeding, you know, it's like for some women, it's like, you know, the kid is just, you know, those frequencies are just being, distorted frequencies are just being like passed on to the kid from birth. You know, it's like, damn. Yes, I've noticed it, but didn't know the question to move past it. Ah, okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah. Nice. Yes. All right, we'll go to Larry and then we'll call it a night. Larry. Larry. James, can I get a quick scan? Yeah, Larry. Yeah, Larry, you are. Yeah, just it seems as if. Who are you hanging out with? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. I just see like 5, 6, like 6 people around you. Like, yeah. And one of them is like really not doing too great. Yeah, he's like, yeah, he really ain't doing too good. So maybe that's why. I might just work on him because he's really messed up. So just taking a breath in. Yeah, wow, okay. And sometimes this happens, guys, like for those that are new, like people move through people to like get to me. So like I read Larry and then I'm like, wow, like, fuck, there's like 6 people around him. And then within those 6 people, there's this one person that's like clawing for survival, right? Literally clawing. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little, maybe not suicidal, but just like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Really confused with life. So, but yeah. But yeah, does that make sense, Larry? So I'm just gonna like kind of help him a bit because he's like all over the place, and he's just like, dude, like fuck. So if everyone just wants to take a breath in. So that's kind of what's happening for you, Larry, because your abilities, like you're kind of, it's like, Larry, you're in a position where you could, again, the possibilities there for you to like even step into your own form of like coaching, like I actually see you coaching people. And then obviously beyond the coaching, it's like your frequencies are supporting them as well. So it's like you have this opportunity where you could really step into that. So I would look into healing mastery. Yeah. Or just keep, or even, I mean, I'm looking at doing an advanced series as well. So I've had some interest in doing like an advanced program. I would, if it feels, I would do that just to help you like refine your abilities, because people are really coming to you for help. So, which is beautiful. But we just got to make sure that you don't get tainted by that, which is probably why you've been feeling like tired. And I mean, yeah, you're teaching dance and like moving and whatnot, but I don't know if it's like contact dance, like partner dance work, but it just seems as if there's like a lot of exchange of like frequencies in those classes. So, and yeah, does that make sense? Dance for seniors. There you go. Okay, that makes sense. There you go. Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. Do you do anything else? Yeah. Yeah, just like, yeah, how do I, are you attached to, I mean, obviously if it's, yeah, yeah, I just really see you not doing that. I'll just like, from a mate to a mate, like, I'll just say like, not that it's not great, but I just, because again, I've known you for a while, man. I don't know if you've had other possibilities open up for you, but yeah, I don't know. It's like, and maybe it's due for like a private session as well, but it just seems as if, I'll just get to the point. It's like you're afraid to be great in a new field, or at least there's this like pattern, or at least a frequency that's like, am I like, could I do this? Right? Like, is this possible? Yeah. And I'll just tell you, dude, like, yeah, it's possible for you. Okay. It's so like, and I think you've seen, maybe in the past, maybe you haven't like gone there recently, but maybe in the past. So is it cool if I like bring that back for you? Like that opportunity for you? Again, I can't like step into it for you, but I can like bring that dimension back for you so that you can like explore it, or say you have that opportunity to explore it again. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I just see you like, you know, yeah, sweet. Awesome. So just taking a breath in. Yeah. Yeah. It'll like, it's really going to smack you. Probably in the next few days. Probably like, you know, as in like, you know, show up for you. So, and I'd go for it, dude. Like whatever that is for you, you know, like, yeah, yeah. And I'm not entirely sure how it looks, but it's definitely like basically supporting even like, you know, supporting even other like artists, like not sell themselves, basically. Yeah. There you go. Being called in for a project. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't I'm not too sure. I mean, that feels cool as well. But it doesn't feel like that. But the breadcrumbs will show up. Just follow the breadcrumbs, right? Just stay in present moment time as best as you can, and follow those breadcrumbs on what where you're drawn, what shows up for you. Yeah. And if you want to chat about it, just all good. Just send me a message in like a week and a bit. Yeah. All right, lovely humans. Thank you very much for jumping onto the frequency stream. It is 10:26 p.m. here in Sydney, Australia, and it is my bedtime. I'm gonna have a shower, and I'm going to jump into bed. At least I think I'm going to jump into bed, unless some other wave of inspiration comes about. But remember, if you can, just like this stream. It goes a really long way in liking this stream, getting this in front of people, because it really is. Don't know if you heard that, but it really is one of the fastest ways to transform your life. It really is, and like the end goal for this, it's and subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't. Thank you, Bubna. The end goal for this, I mean, there's not really the end goal. I mean, the main goal is just being in the moment, just present moment time. It's all about that. But beyond that, it's like, how can I support you in being your best? And ultimately, that's just me being my best, right? How can I be my best in present moment time? And then that's like basically what I'm going to be helping you do, right? And that's where your life really starts to change and transform, like heaps of people here, right? A lot of people here have experienced that. So looking forward to it. All right, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. And again, if you're in Sydney, come down to the Maroubra markets. I'll be doing sessions there. And still like, anyway, I'll be doing sessions there and like a talk there as well. So come down, say hello, and yeah, no worries. Oh, perfect. Cool. Sweet. All right, guys. I will see you on the next one. Sweet. Lorraine, are you in Sydney? If you're in Sydney, that's super cool. Come down for sure. Say hello. Yeah, sweet. Awesome. Yeah, come by. Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. That's so cool. Lorraine and I connected on TikTok. I thought that was really cool. Sweet. All right, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday. And I'll see whoever on Sunday. Peace.